Madness, a little pregame action. And we're going to start it off talking about who we think the Power Four champs are going to be. But before we get to that, we want to introduce Vic, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Vic. My Instagram handle is __ King Super is down there in the tab. But go ahead and follow me. LSU, go Tigers.
Okay. All right. So since you introduced yourself, man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start it off, man. Power Four champs. Who
My
do you
Power Five
have?
steps. All right,
Let's go Big Ten first.
Big Ten. That's actually my most controversial one. So Big Ten, I have a three-way tie. So I don't know, and it all comes from week schedules, and they only play like one good team. So my Big Ten is a tie between Ohio State, of course, Michigan, and Penn State. So Ohio State, of course, they got. I hate Ohio State, but they got dogs. Caleb Downs is a beast. They got Jeremiah Smith, a beast. The thing is, they losing half their defense. So depending on how their defense gonna play, which I think they lose today, but I think their defense is gonna struggle a little bit, depending on how their defense goes, seeing how far they go. Penn State, they're gonna be there at the end of the year just because their schedule, and you only need to knock off Ohio State and Michigan one time to win the conference. So Penn State will be there. In Michigan, all depends on Bryce Underwood. All the hype, number one player. He was supposed to be a Tiger, but it's all good. But I think if he can start off, you have money, right? If he can
Yeah.
start off good, then he can be who the number one player in the country like they think he will. Michigan gonna be there too. So for my Big Ten, yeah, it's a three-way tie: Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State.
I mean, I guess I can let you live with that, man. But when it comes to the end of the season, man, we can't be looking back. You be like, well, I had three teams that I
I
chose.
mean, yeah,
Come on, man.
yeah.
Ron, what about you, man? Big Ten, who you got?
Yeah, I got Ohio State. Even though I think, like you said, I think they, may lose today. I haven't given my prediction yet, but I do think that, I feel like Ryan Day finally has it going. I'm not a big Penn State fan. I just feel like James Franklin every year he loses the games that he's
You
supposed
can't
to
win.
win,
Mm-hmm.
right? Uh, and Michigan, I'm not sold on Michigan this year. I think they still, I think they're going to be a decent team, about 9-3, 8-4 range, but I don't see them winning the championship. So I'm rolling with Ohio State.
Okay. Yeah.
See, hey man, I'm going with Oregon, man. So the reason I'm not sold on Ohio State, they had 14, they lost 14 players to the draft
Yeah.
last year. So that's a lot of talent, the NFL talent left your team. So I'm gonna go with Oregon. They got a transfer QB from UCLA. He was on the roster last year, sat behind, and I just think UCLA last year they were one win away from being there. I think this is the year that they make it happen.
Okay. All right, man. I'm
Oregon is
taking
actually a
notes.
big.
I'm
Oregon is
taking
actually.
notes.
Yeah.
So
Put
far we
that
got a three-way tie. We got Ohio State and we got Oregon.
Hey, by the end of this broadcast, I might have one for Big Ten, but
Oh goodness. All right, fellas. Well, for me, man, I'm going Penn State, and the reason why is because every other major program in the Big Ten is bringing in a new starting quarterback, right?
Yeah.
yep.
Drew Allard is experienced. They got the best 1-2 running back punch, I think, in the country probably, and they didn't lose a lot of starters on their defense. I think this is the year that James Franklin makes it happen, and I think Penn State wins the Big Ten. If
Okay.
not now, when? This guy's had. I mean, we
Yeah.
talked about it before, man. He's 3-17 or something like that versus Ohio State and Michigan, which is absolutely
Absolutely
awful.
insane. If he was in the
Absolutely awful.
SEC or
But I,
anything else,
I
he's
think this is the year they get it done. Big
Yeah,
Ten
and I think
champs,
this
Penn
year,
State.
I think they said
Has
this
to.
year they only play Ohio State and Oregon. They don't play Michigan this year. So
Yeah.
Like you said, the best schedule, the best. Everything lines up for them to do it. But I
For
don't
Penn
think that's
State, yeah. See, and that's why I have them as a three-way tie because
Oh
they're
goodness.
going to cruise all the way, and then they're going to get smacked by whenever it's a big game. James Franklin can never win it. Yeah,
was it. You are who we thought you were.
exactly, exactly, exactly.
You were going to be saying when that big game, Penn State fumbles and loses the game, man. That's
Yep,
exactly what
yep.
All right, Ed, let's kick it to you, man. Let's go to the Big 12.
So Big 12, that game yesterday, watching Colorado go down, right, kind of had me thinking. I'm gonna go with Utah out of the Big 12. You know, Colorado was a lot of noise. You know, they're taking the headline, and a Georgia Tech team who likes to stun people every once in a while. You know, me as a Miami fan, I can attest to that. But yeah, they put out that W, and we saw a offense that is missing the passing attack that they had last year. Right, there's a lot of running, quarterback stuff. It looked a little, little jumbled up. So I'm taking Utah. Utah has played defense consistently over the years, and I'm going with the default. You know, defense wins championships.
Ron.
all right. Yeah, so I got Colorado. I'm still bullish on Colorado. I know they lost last night. I know Dion didn't use his timeouts last night, but
Crazy.
I'm still bullish on Colorado, man. I think the defense looked a lot better, all right, than they have the few years past. I still think Calden Salter is, a legit quarterback. I got Colorado, man. I think it's going to be, of course, the Big 12 is, like I said, really from top down, they just all about the same, right? So it's like any one of those teams out of the Big 12 could come up and win the Big 12. But I think Dion and that coaching staff he got, I think they're going to turn it around. And Dion was not worried about that loss last night either. So I got Colorado.
I'm not trying to get off subject too much from what we're talking about, but the clock management in last night's game was absolutely
insane.
atrocious, man. Atrocious.
Yeah,
Minute 15 left, 2 timeouts, and you don't call one.
I know. Yeah, it was terrible.
Okay, I digress. Vic, who you got?
And to bounce off of that right quick, like I'm a big Dion fan. I want Dion to succeed and stuff, but Colorado, they about to have a tough season. They about to have a tough season. It's like just watching their offense. Their defense played good, but watching their offense and how muggy it look and just it's not it. It's not it. But for my Big 12 winner, I actually have Texas Tech. So Texas Tech is sneakily loaded right now. They killed the transfer portal. They was pretty straight last year. I think Texas Tech is going to be one of them teams in the Big 12 this year that's going to win it once again because of schedule, but also because they're actually a decent team. They'll be there, and I think they're going to win that conference.
Yeah, they're a team that you got to watch out for in the next few years. They got an alum that's putting a lot of money into getting players there. Yeah, and I know they got the number one high school prospect, I think out of 26 or 27 coming to Texas Tech. So yeah,
it's both classes.
Oh, both classes. Okay, I knew it was one of them.
Both classes.
Texas Tech gonna be in a couple of years they're gonna be a problem. But I got them winning the Big 12 this year.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I bounced back and forth between choosing Texas Tech, and I just decided that I was going to go with Arizona State. Arizona State, they returned a nice quarterback. They didn't lose a lot at all outside of Cam Scatterboo. They returned a receiving core who was actually hurt at the end of the year last year Didn't play in the final 2 games. I think Jordan Tyson's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that dude's a stud, man. And they play good defense. So I think that they are going to win the Big 12. And I like Kenny Dillingham, man. That guy he's good.
Yeah.
Good coach.
See, I had a tie in the Big 12 too with Arizona State and Texas
Man,
Tech.
you and these ties, man. What's up with you and these ties, man?
But I did pick, so you know. Okay. But I do feel you on Arizona State.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Vic, going back to you. ACC.
So with my ACC, before I say my picks, let me explain. So the world in the media, and which we'll get to it when we get to the games, is very high on Clemson. I am not, but I do think they have a chance, and it's the top runner to win the ACC. But something's telling me a dark horse is Bill Belichick and them UNC Tar Heels. I think. Hear me out.
Didn't you just get done smoking?
Hey, but these notes was from yesterday, so hey, UNC, I think, because last year and a couple years before, they be right there, and I think they beat Clemson last year or the year before, but I just think when it comes to the ACC, like, just because of scheduling, you can skate by, and then I just don't think Clemson is all that great as a top-end talent, but they have the players. I just don't think as a team they're all good, but we'll get to Clemson when we get to Clemson. But I think it'll be between Clemson. I think Clemson's going to edge it out, but I wouldn't be surprised if UNC. So if I did have to pick, I'll say Clemson. But speaking on Clemson, all their wins last year, just putting it out there, none of their wins that they won came from teams that was over 500. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so.
Okay. So Clemson. Ron, you?
Yeah, I got Clemson. I think it's between them and Miami. I do think North Carolina is a team to watch out for. But right now, I'm going to go with Clemson. The reason being, you got Cade Klubnik, who's one of the top quarterbacks in college football. You got a pretty good wide receiver core. You got some dogs on defense, mostly with Peter Woods. And Dabo's is a championship guy, man. I mean, he knows, he's been there, done that. And then, he just added Tom Allen to his staff, call the defense. I said, you already got Raleigh there on the offensive side calling plays. So I'm just gonna roll with Clemson this year, man. I think they're gonna be good.
I'm looking at Ed, man. He's making all these facial expressions, man, and his posture has changed. He got a little bit of hate in his heart right now.
It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart to say this, but I cannot pick against the team that won it, that's been there, I love my team, my team's odds to win the ACC this year. But if we're the unbiased room, this is real talk. I think Clemson is going to win the ACC, and it's going to be Clemson versus Miami in the ACC, right? Both teams are going to come in with good records. You know what I'm saying? And I think Clemson, it's going to be one of those teams where Mario Cristobal is going to be out-coached in the game type things. It's not going to be Clemson running away with it. It's going to be something coming down to it like that. Both of these rosters are loaded, but Clemson has been there, done that. Dabo can coach with the best of them. He took a subpar team into the playoffs last year. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was one of his, I would say, worst teams he's had in about a few years.
So I'm with y'all, right? The team last year, I wouldn't say they were subpar. They were just young.
Yeah.
Just not a lot of experience. But I also am choosing Clemson to win the ACC. They got the quarterback they're bringing back, and Cade Klubnik, and their receiving core is legit. That defense is legit. Clemson,
Allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And
Clemson,
about,
Clemson,
we got
Clemson.
some solid teams in the ACC. You know what I'm saying? Just want our conference is all right. You know? I can't wait to see the game later on with Bama and see how that turns out. You know?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that a little bit later.
I want to shake the screen a little bit. You know?
Ed, back to you for the SEC.
Man, to me this one was tough, man, because SEC has been predominantly Bama, Georgia, right? And then you bring these new kids from the Big 12 block. You know what I'm saying? They made some noise last year, but I don't know, man. This one was tough for me because I want to say Texas, right? But y'all also lost the third most players to the NFL. I think it was 12. There was a lot of roster change. That has me like, did you replace 12 NFL caliber players on your team? But I don't know, man. I'm sipping the Kool-Aid, so I'm gonna take Texas to win the SEC, man. I know you over there like, yes. Yeah. I just don't see Bama. I don't see Bama being able to keep up. You know, Georgia, they still getting speeding tickets out there. So I think Texas is gonna be that team, man.
Okay, Ron. Yeah,
So-
you don't like what he said, man.
No, I mean, right now I got Texas, and the reason I have Texas, I do have Texas beating Alabama in the SEC championship game. I do think that because of Texas' schedule, that they're gonna do well in the SEC this year. I just think, yeah. I think Arch Manning. I think right now Texas is the best team in the SEC as of right now. They have the best. When you look at talent, you got a great coach in Sarkisian. You got one of the most hyped quarterbacks in a long time in Arch. And like I said, their defense is good. I just right now I think Texas is the best team in the SEC. We'll see otherwise starting today, but as of right now, I will roll with Texas.
Okay, Vic. I know you're new to the channel, man. This is called the Unbiased Room, but I know you're about to pick LSU. But go ahead, I'll let you finish.
Do them all.
Oh man, where should I start? The SEC is going to be won by LSU, and I think it will be LSU versus Texas in the SEC championship. But I give the edge to LSU. One, we got the number one transfer portal. For the past couple years, since we had, even going back to Jaden, our problem was, for some reason, our defense was trash. Our defense was trash. So the past couple years, the only thing we was missing was defense. Blake Baker second year. Last year we had improvement. Blake Baker second year. He got the player. He handpicked these defensive players that we got, and we got some dogs on defense.
Yeah.
I think people are sleeping on our front seven. We got Harold Perkins back healthy. We got Wick Weeks, who's a dog. Then offense, our receiver core is going to be top 3 in the nation. Garrett Nussmeier, 4,000 passing yards coming back. He had his first year last year. He made some mistakes. He's going to be way better. And people sleep on the second-year quarterbacks from LSU. Second year, Joe Burrow, Heisman, best season that we ever seen in college football history. Jaden Daniels, second season, Heisman, one of the best college quarterback seasons ever. This year, it's going to be the same thing. I'm not saying Garrett going to put up Jaden Daniels or Joe Burrow numbers, but he will have a great season, and we're going to win the SEC. And I think Arch in Texas will be good, but I think Arch is just growing pains. he gonna have a stumbling block his first year starting. Something's gonna throw him off or something, but I think Texas will still be right there at the end. But yeah, SEC this year is running through Baton Rouge. Go Tigers.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay.
There's hot takes there.
I am inclined to agree with Ron. I think it's going to be Texas versus Bama in the SEC championship, and I actually got. I have Texas edging them out like field goal at the end of the game type of win. I think Bama's going to be much improved. They're going to have, I think, one of the best O lines in college football. Their defense is going to be legit. My only concern with Bama's is the quarterback play and Ty Simpson, and it's an unknown, right? Haven't seen this guy take a snap. We'll find out. We'll find out. But I think that Kellen DeBoer, he wins everywhere he goes. So I think they will be there at the end, but I do have Texas winning the SEC.
A first year starter starting quarterback in the SEC, that's a tough job. Like it's not a walk in the park. Like we're gonna see what Ty Simpson about. But yeah. I mean, I think he'll be straight because I actually think Bama is going to be way better than certain people think they're going to be. But yeah, it's all up to Ty Simpson with Bama.
All right. So just a quick recap. So Ron, you have Ohio State, Big 10, Colorado, Big 12, Texas, SEC, and Clemson for ACC. Vic has a 3-way tie for the Big 10. You got LSU in the SEC. You have Clemson in the ACC, and you got Texas Tech for the Big 12.
Yep.
All right. Ed, Utah, Big 12, Oregon, Big 10, Texas, SEC, and Clemson, ACC. All right. So when we look back on this at the end of the season,
yeah,
I don't want to hear no. All right. So she picked. All right. So moving on. Let's get into the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
12 teams still this year. Next year we'll be moving to 16. But if you have to pick your 12, possibly, right? If you have to pick your 12 teams right now, who are you going with? Ron, you can kick it off.
Yeah.
In no particular order. You can just, throw them out there.
Yeah, I'm just going. So I got Ohio State, Penn State, Texas, Bama, Georgia, Miami, Clemson, LSU, Colorado, Oregon. My dark horse, Ole Miss, and James Madison is my group of 5 team. So I got 3 Big 10 teams, 5 SEC teams, 2 ACC teams, 1 Big 12, and 1 group of 5.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. James Madison. What made you go with them?
So, the coach for Indiana, Kirk Cignetti, he was the coach there before he went to Indiana. Yeah. And they've been good, man. Great program. I think last year, I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but they had a decent season last year too.
Okay.
Originally I would have went with Boise like everybody else, but Boise got ramrodded, in that first game. And crazy. I don't even know if they could, they couldn't compete with South Florida. They definitely couldn't compete with any team that, we just named. So, I'm just shooting, shooting out there, but I'm going with James Madison for now. I didn't really see any other ones. I thought about Toledo was another one, but that's just who I went with right now.
Okay. Ed.
What's up? All right. This one's kind of tough for me, man. So, we're gonna go just in any order: Texas, You know, we picked them to win the SEC. Oregon, Clemson, Bama, Penn State, Notre Dame, Independent, Miami, Utah, Georgia, and here's where it gets tricky for me. The last 3 slots, you know what I'm saying? Because I had Boise State. Boise State took themselves out of my top 12 the other night, you know? So
Jokers messed up my parlay too.
they messed up a lot of things, right? They look like they're still messed up themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, you know, Tulane gets in there. They've been knocking at the door. You know, they've had really good records the last few years. Let's see. I'm gonna jump in there. You know, maybe Arizona State still has some of that lightning they had last year still bottled up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can make some noise. And let's see, who's that last spot that I want to put in there? Hey, I'm gonna go. I want to say, like, you know, another like Syracuse or Illinois. I'm torn between them. You know, kind of or SMU. One of those 3.
Yeah.
Throw them in there. So.
Okay.
Very interesting.
3 8.
Very interesting. Because I had my numbers, and then I watched Boise State. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think Boise State messed up a lot of people.
Yeah, he messed me up. I know. Yeah.
I didn't have them. I knew when Ashton Genty left, I knew that was it for them. But I didn't think they was gonna lose the way that they lost.
That they did, yeah.
Historically, man, you know, Boise State is never like a terrible program.
No, they're normally decent always.
Yeah.
Decent.
All right, Vic, 12 teams.
All right, so I had to flip back and forth, but no order. But of course, I got LSU, Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Texas Tech, Oregon, Bama, Georgia, Clemson, Notre Dame, Tulane, and I was torn with this last one because I was just saying how they get up there and then just fall flat on their face. But I do think South Carolina will get in, so that'll be my 12 team. I think South Carolina will get in, but thing about South Carolina, I just don't know them in the trenches, especially with the O line. That offensive line is very questionable, probably the biggest question mark for South Carolina. But I think Beamer Ball, he been building that program up. I think that he got them ready, not ready to take a championship level, but they can sneak into the playoffs. South Carolina just can't drop one of them games that they usually drop that they shouldn't have lost to. And like last year, they kind of dropped the ball themselves. They could have been in last year, but we'll see. But I think South Carolina will sneak in there. And Notre Dame. I don't think if I said Notre Dame.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah. They got that independent schedule, man, so they can.
Yeah, they need to do something about that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
All right, so for me, in no order, I got Penn State, Texas, Clemson, Arizona State, Alabama, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, LSU, Miami, Tulane, and Georgia.
Okay.
Y'all have Ole Miss. Somebody else had Ole Miss in the playoffs.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, Ron did, and I'm high on them because their schedule. They have a very favorable schedule.
This is true.
So if you look at their schedule, man, they don't. Their schedule is not tough. I think their toughest game is at LSU this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, SmackDown, but
right at LSU. I think that might be the toughest
we
game
play.
they got.
We play at Ole Miss because we won at LSU last year in overtime. So we play at Ole Miss. We still gonna smack them, but
Oh, y'all play the games at Ole Miss this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are they? Oh no, they go to Georgia.
Yeah, they
beat Georgia at home last year.
Yeah, they got
Okay.
Georgia. They go to Kentucky. They go to Georgia. They go to Oklahoma, and they go to Mississippi State.
Yeah, so
Oh,
at Georgia,
shoot.
they're going to be their toughest game. So that's why I picked them, and I feel like they have a very favorable schedule.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, and Lane Kiffin, his offense is always going.
Yeah, and they got their quarterback. I know he's gonna be a first year starter, but Austin
hey, but
Simmons.
Austin Simmons
throw.
can throw the ball, man.
Yeah.
He can throw. He knows.
He came in for one series when they had Georgia at home last year, and he lit Georgia up for went on a straight touchdown drive, 76 yards.
Yeah, he was
carving
legit.
them up. I said, "Oh man, this kid is something special."
But
Yeah.
Ole Miss, another one of them that just drop the ball all the time.
Yeah,
Like
they do.
They do. They're gonna find a way to.
yeah.
They're gonna find a way to fudge it up, man. Yeah.
Last year was that Kentucky game when the Kentucky they lost.
They lost to Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were still in it at that time though. It was when they lost to Florida.
But you shouldn't have lost to Kentucky though.
No, they shouldn't have. No, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But they still had an opportunity. They messed it up when they lost to Florida at the end of the year.
Yeah.
When Jackson Dart threw them 3 interceptions.
Oh yeah,
in 3 back-to-back
It was
series.
back too. Yeah.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that
they
was
always
tough.
That stretch of the season where they're on cruise control. I think Lane Kiffin hasn't learned that yet. How to take his team out of those dangerous games where they could take an L. I think the trend too.
Lane's still a little too cocky too. Lane still be thinking he know it all. Yeah. We're gonna be throwing fits when they lose, but
yeah, he a Twitter warrior, man. Or
yeah,
yeah.
My man.
They ain't really doing it as much this year though.
Yeah, the season just started, man.
Yeah,
That dude always got something to say.
Yeah. Just give it a few.
All right, so now that we done picked our 12-team playoffs, right? Everybody got their picks in. Who is winning it all and why? Vic, I'm gonna start with you. Go ahead and pick up your cup again, man. Go ahead and pick up the cup again.
Might as well, right?
You got something strong in there, man.
Hey. LSU, man. So, like I said before, this is the best roster Brian Kelly had since he's been here. This is by far the best roster. And that's including Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas. Mostly because this defense. I'm really high on our defense this year, especially with our secondary, even though AJ got us out the first half, which is crazy that they waited till literally Thursday. But we'll get to that. But our secondary with the number one transfer portal, Caden Durham, who's going to go crazy. If we can find a way to run the ball, I don't see how you slow this offense down. And the only thing that's been stopping us these past couple of years was this defense. Not stopping RPOs, running quarterbacks, just taking over. You look last year, our playoff hopes ended with Texas A&M when Marcel Reed came into the game and we couldn't stop our RPO. It was dead. Yeah, so I think we shored that up. I think we got the talent to shore that up. We got Pate from Florida State. We got Pyburn from Florida. We got Tamarcus Cooley. We're stacked, and I think we're ready to go. And I think Garrett Nussmeier, who will be in the Heisman conversation, is going to have an incredible season. And this is the first year we have Chris Hilton healthy, and he's going to take our receiving core from good to great, along with Trey Green. I just think we got too many weapons. So I think if Garrett Nussmeier don't turn the ball over, I think sky's the limit for us. So I think this is the year. I say year 3 of Brian Kelly, but year 4 of Brian Kelly, we will win the national championship.
Hey, in honor of Lee Corso. Not so fast.
To just get back at you.
So like I said, Lee Corso picked us to win the national championship.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That's good luck right there. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Hey, I want you to think about something, right? Lee Corso also picked against Nick Saban 16 times. It didn't work out too well for him.
Hey, he's 8-8.
His
8-8.
8-8.
Yeah.
8, 50%.
That's better than any other coach out there.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, our biggest games is at home this year. Besides, I think we have one tough one at Bama. But our biggest,
100.
but
Yeah.
I have a strong hate for Bama. So
Hey man, Brian Denny's a tough place to play, man.
it is. It is.
Brian
So
Denny's a
I
tough place
can't
to
really
play.
say too much about it. But when we usually do beat Bama, it is at Bama. Just saying. Besides that one time, they usually come to our house and crush us. But when we do get a win in there, it'd be at Bama. Besides that last year. But Bama got to worry about beating Vandy. So that we can't talk in the same
I knew somebody was gonna bring it up.
We cannot talk about that right now. If you lost to Vandy, hey, y'all got bigger problems.
I do want to point out the fact that what Jalen Milroe did to LSU last year was
past 2 years
criminal. Criminal.
Man,
then everybody on the defense of LSU should have went to prison for that performance they had against Bama, man. They had Jalen Milroe looking like the number 1 draft pick, man.
I've been screaming for 2 years for who was our defensive coordinator before Blake Baker? Wherever the worst defensive coordinator in history that like tarnished LSU defense. Like people think LSU defense is sweet now, which is crazy. Jalen Milroe was going crazy on us for the past 2 years. And like I said, it was because we couldn't stop the running quarterbacks or nothing. And so I just think, we got over that this year. So, well, potentially, we'll see.
It's not because of lack of talent either. Y'all been loaded for years now. Y'all had good, talented teams for years now.
We did. Coach O, he left us. Hey, Coach O, he left with a bang. And then because Brian Kelly inherited this team with like 30 scholarship players. So our first 2 years, we was getting players like 2 stars, 3 stars out the transfer portal to help build this roster back up. But this year, we fully loaded. Like Brian Kelly said, we had to build a foundation before we let other people in. So, hey, we locked and loaded this year, man. We locked and loaded.
6 preseason ranked teams is y'all got on y'all schedule right now. Brian Kelly, I don't believe in him.
I don't either. Hey, I'm the biggest Brian Kelly critique. I say it all the time. Brian Kelly think he's still at Notre Dame sometimes. Like he still call plays like he is, like he not understanding the aggressiveness he needs to have, and he still didn't understand what SEC football is. I think what really unlocked them in us this year was that Bryce Underwood flip. And Bryce Underwood flip, and everybody went in pandemonium, and that's when he took all that money and built everything else up. I think we'll be straight.
All right. Ron.
All right. Yep. So I got Bama. I got Bama, of course. I know it's the unbiased room, but I got Bama winning and beating Texas in the college football playoff championship game. So I got Texas beating Bama in the SEC championship, and then I got Bama beating Texas in the college football playoff.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. Ed?
Oh, man. This is a little early, right? But I think I'm tossed between Texas and Oregon, right? Because I got both of them winning their respective conferences. They're going to get that first week bye. Even though last year the teams who missed, who had the bye week actually didn't do so well, right? And maybe there's some learning lessons there for the other teams. But I'm going to stick with the big actually, no. Let me go with the SEC champ.
You got Texas winning it all?
Right now, yeah.
My brother, there you go.
My man.
Hey, man, Sark,
My
Sark's that
guy.
Sark is that guy, man. I've been a Sark fan. You know, like his style of offense, high tempo. He doesn't have the immaturity that Kiffin has. He has the mentality of Saban, the offensive prowess of Kiffin, and he got the perfect place to do it at with unlimited pockets. You know, oil money and all not, but you know,
Yeah.
and that's the main reason. It's just if you can't win at Texas, you can't win anywhere. And that's just the truth. You know, you got everything set up for you.
Okay. I like that. I'm gonna follow suit, man. I got Texas winning the whole thing, man. like Ron said, man. I know this is a bias room, but yeah, I actually have Texas beating Penn State in the championship game.
State. Whoa.
Yeah, Penn State. Yeah.
Whoa, brother.
I think that Arch is good, and Sark. Not that Quinn Ewers was bad. Quinn was good, but Arch is the type of quarterback that that Sark needs for his offense to really take it to the next level. I think his play calling is legit. Our defense, our pass rush this year is going to be insane. I think we're going to have the best pass rush in the country. And I ain't blowing smoke, man. We're going to have the best pass rush in the country. And y'all going to find out at 12 o'clock Eastern. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
Please.
Colin Simmons
is
we meet up next week. And if
You
y'all
say what?
lose, bro, if y'all lose, bro, I'm gonna be like, damn, I should have just stuck with Oregon my initial. But two, but
I was gonna give you shit for the Oregon pick, but I'm not gonna give you shit for the Oregon making the fun. I don't see it.
I want to question you about this Penn State pick.
Yeah.
Like, you think Penn State gonna go to the championship?
No.
Playoffs,
Man,
cool.
I'm telling you, if Penn State did not lose much, I just don't see. As long as Drew Allar and this it's early. It's early.
He's not
right?
good, man. I'm sorry.
He's not great.
Good,
he's
bro.
not.
He's
but
not good, man.
They don't need him to be great. As long as their defense plays well, all he needs to do is turn around and hand the ball off all game. That's all he needs to do.
I mean,
and they're gonna be okay.
Because
we don't need him to go out there and throw for 300 yards a game. We don't need him to do that.
Because the last time he was out there, the first time in college football history, that he completed 0 passes to any receiver.
I know that was insane.
That's insane.
Stat.
That is insane.
You should know better than anybody that you can't just have a game manager in today's college football. Because last year y'all had a game manager and that cost y'all that game at the end. You know what I'm saying? Drew Allar,
he's not good. He's not good, bro.
He's not good enough to win in today's college football environment. The quarterback has to make the play, and he don't got it.
But you know what somebody said, man?
Somebody's not good enough to.
But I was listening to a podcast, and you know they kind of said something. They was like, Will Howard, he was a game manager. He wasn't a beast, and they won a national championship.
Exactly.
That's
facts.
Well, yeah, true. But
he wasn't. Will Howard didn't do nothing spectacular.
But who was he throwing?
He wasn't putting up crazy numbers. Go look at Will Howard's
Jeremiah
stats.
Smith.
Yeah, he wasn't throwing he wasn't putting up crazy numbers, but he had threats out there. It was like, if I'm playing Penn State, especially if I just watched that last game and you ain't changed much. Like, you gonna beat me by running every play, or like, and then your tight end that you was high on, he's gone.
Yeah, he going to the NFL.
Bro,
So
let me just put it out there. He had 4,000 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 73% completion rate. Right, the guy was not a bum.
Who is that?
That's last year. Will Howard last year.
Oh,
I mean, yeah,
nobody said he was a bum.
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't lighting the world on fire. That's all we saying.
And he got people to throw to. Like, the thing about a quarterback, you need the weapons. You need the weapons. So, I mean, I think Penn State gonna be there. Yeah, they're gonna be there just because of their schedule.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the playoffs, it just depends on the matchups you get because nobody expected Arizona State to do what they did last year. So it's like it just depends on the matchups you get. But you get a team that's going to stop that run. Hey,
Yeah, your team's got to be able to stop the run.
Yeah,
got to be able to run the ball. Got to be able to stop the run. All right. Yeah. Well, we all locked in there. So let's get to our game picks, right? So we're going predictions. And we're not going through the whole lineup, man. Just big games, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start it off. Syracuse at Tennessee, right? No spread, no line. Win or lose. Vic, who you got?
Syracuse.
Syracuse, okay.
I think Tennessee is going to be – they're going to need some help this season. Tennessee is – they're done. Okay. Syracuse.
Ron, who you got?
Yeah, I got Tennessee. I think Syracuse lost a lot, man, especially with losing Kyle McCord. I know Tennessee lost Nico, but I'm going Tennessee, man.
Ricky Collins. People going to know who he is this year. Ricky Collins. He's going to be pretty straight.
QB transfer from LSU to Syracuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, who you got?
That's my underdog pick is Syracuse. A lot of people got Tennessee, but I think Syracuse is the better team today.
Okay. I think you and Vic are both foolish. Ron, I'm going with you. I got Tennessee. You got to think, man. Syracuse couldn't even keep their top receiver. Their top receiver
he did transfer.
Left and transferred to Penn State. So I don't think Syracuse stands a chance in this game, man. Especially not playing at Rocky Top. That's a tough ass place to play.
It is.
That's a tough place to play. So I got Tennessee at home. Easy day. Next game. Ed, back to you. Bama at Florida State.
You know what? This is going to be a surprisingly close game. To me, Florida State is still a burning dumpster fire up north, from Miami there. But I'm taking Bama. But it's a lot closer than people are thinking. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to challenge Bama. It's going to, I think it's going to be worth watching, on the national level. It's not going to be a one-sided game. So, but I got Bama. Winning.
Okay. Vic?
I got Bama. Winning pretty convincingly in the second half. I think the first half is going to just Ty Simpson just get the ball out of his hands fast, use the running game. Plus, Florida State, like their quarterback been talking crazy this offseason, saying this and that. Just adding fuel to the fire for Bama. Bama's going to come out. Bama heard that. So Bama's going to come out. And I think DeBoer got a lot to prove because, replacing Nick Saban is a tough task. So he got a lot of shit for last year, but I think he's gonna come out, try to prove something. I think Bama's going to win pretty convincingly in the second half. I think the first half it'll be pretty close, and I also don't think Florida State got enough to do anything with them. So, yeah, I think Bama going to win.
Ron, who you got?
Yeah, I think Vic was reading my mind. He said pretty much all the stuff I was going to say. I think it's going to be close in the first half, and then I think in the second half, Bama kind of starts to pull away from them. Like you said, DeBoer got a lot to prove. Alabama has a lot to prove, and I think they're going to show up right in the national stage and do that. So, I got Bama.
Yeah, so it's a clean sweep, man. I also got Bama. Come fade us. Clean sweep. All right. LSU at Clemson. Vic, we're not even going to ask you because we know you got LSU. So we're just going to skip over you.
Go
Vic
Tigers,
got LSU. Ron, who you got?
Unfortunately, I got Clemson. And not to say that LSU is bad. I just think that because it's at home and, it's at Clemson. And I think Clemson, I already said the Klubnik, the defense. I just think the deciding factor is only because it's at Clemson. that I think that they win. I think, Brian Kelly has had some hard times with these season openers, and I think it continues today.
Okay. Ed, who you got?
If y'all had any other coach coaching, I would say LSU. But my man is 0-5 in home openers. I think 0-3 home openers.
0-3.
0-3. And I think 0-5 in the last home openers, I think, together, right?
Season openers, you mean?
We lost every
Season
opener
opener.
since 2019.
Yeah, they haven't won a season. Yeah, six straight season openers they lost.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm taking Clemson, and just because that, I'm sticking with the facts, historical facts on this one. Both teams are amazingly talented, amazingly matched. I'm just taking who I know to be a better coach.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I am with you guys, man. I'm going Clemson. Like you said, man, historical data will tell you that LSU is going to lose this game. Clemson is at home. They call it the real Death Valley up there, is what I've been told. So I'm going Clemson.
Hold on. that's definitely Death Valley Jr. And I'm gonna say this: Clemson, they said they sold out 80,000 tickets. That's definitely Death Valley Jr. That crowd is not going to. We say 100,000 plus every Saturday.
All right, hey, I hear you.
Hey, I heard
this Clemson is so. Just watch.
All right.
All right, next game. Notre Dame at Miami. Vic, who you got?
So this was probably the toughest one to pick because I think Notre Dame you can't really judge them just because they schedule how they just by themselves. But I think Notre Dame will be a good defensive team. I think Marcus Freeman is a great coach. So I'm slightly leaning to Notre Dame, but I'm interested to see how Miami goes with Carson Beck being there and how that offense looks. And if Carson Beck can get his mind on football and see how actually that'll play out. But I got the slight edge to Notre Dame, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami snuck out the win. But I got Notre Dame, probably by a field goal.
All right. Ron, who you got?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I got Miami. I think Carson Beck played in a lot of big games, so he's not going to be scared, to go out there and compete, whereas Notre Dame is bringing in a new starter. I also think that, Miami, they had a lot. Notre Dame made it into the playoffs last year. They got very far. Miami didn't get there. I think Miami has a lot to prove, and this is the stage to prove it when they got the whole, night to themselves, right? Everybody watching. I think Miami comes out and puts it on Notre Dame.
Okay. Ed?
Nobody worried about them choir boys coming out of Indiana or wherever it is. Them places, Chapman versus conflicts.
Goodness gracious.
I got Miami. Miami has the superior offensive line, right? And Carson Beck last year was that slump year that every good quarterback goes through, and I think this is redemption time for him. Mario comes out, guns blazing. Hey, unlike Brian Kelly, Mario's actually been doing all right in his own openers. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I am also with you guys, man. I got Miami. Vic is the lone wolf out there with Notre Dame. All right, last game. Game of the week. Texas at Ohio State. No explanation needed, man. Ed, who you got?
Hey, man, I've been giving Texas a lot of love. This is going to be a great game, rematch of last year, and I like seeing it. And I'm gonna go with Texas on this one. Arch comes out, struggles a little bit in the beginning, then finds his groove, and offense starts clicking.
Okay, Ron, who you got?
So all-time record for both teams playing against each other is 2-2, with Ohio State winning last year. I think Texas has had, throughout their history, they've been ranked number 1 in the AP poll 49 weeks. I think that streak continues. I'll go with Texas over Ohio State.
All right. Vic, who you got?
So, hate to say it, well, for either team, but I'm gonna pick Texas. So I think Texas Arch Manning. I think he's gonna be straight. I don't think that defense is gonna actually affect him at all. I think besides, I mean, he just gotta watch out for Caleb Downs in that secondary. Just don't turn the ball over. But also, I think Ohio State first year starter. I think that D-line in Texas is gonna have him in like a deer in headlights. To be honest, I think the physicality is gonna smack Ohio State to start the game off. Interested to see how Jeremiah Smith do because I kind of me and Lorenzo talked about this the other day. I kind of torn to see who's better out of him and Ryan Williams. So this would be like a good test for Jeremiah Smith to see with this quarterback what he can do, take the next step. But I think Texas will pull this out. I think Texas is just going to be too physical and win this game.
Yeah, this is a clean sweep, man.
Always
I got
down.
Texas. Oh goodness, here we go. I got Texas winning this game. Texas did their job last year with handling Jeremiah Smith, right? So Ohio State needs other receivers to step up. Because the last game, Texas held Jeremiah Smith to one catch for 3 yards, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that happens today, but I do think we do enough to win the game. I know Vic alluded to our defense and our pass rush, and I think that's going to be the difference in this game. And I think we're going to be able to run the ball, and I don't think they will be. So I got Texas. The last time we visited the Horseshoe with Vish Young, we won. And yeah, let's keep this going. Texas.
Well, man, you know.
All day long.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game though. But Texas gonna pull that one out.
Redemption time.
All right, man. This was fun, man. We appreciate everybody that tuned in for Saturday Morning Madness.
Yes,
You can catch us back here again next week, same time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes, sir.
Be easy.
Go Tigers.